Good evening. Thank you all for coming. As Kristen said, my name is David O'Connor. I've been a resident here in Big Sky for almost 30 years. I'm also the president of the Chamber of Commerce, one of the co-owners at Bucks T4 down in the canyon. So I kind of cover a lot of bases, except for the bases that everybody else in this group covered. I'm not an engineer or a lawyer or a state official or anything like that, but boy, those people were there. And then we also operate a water system down in the canyon, and the canyon is very much part of Big Sky, but not connected to its water system. So that was a piece as well. The canyon's very diverse, so I kind of pinch hit and trying to at least say what I know about what goes on down there. So I just briefly want to describe a little bit of the process of how we went about doing what we're doing, and I still kind of chuckle when I was asked to discuss the importance of this process to the Big Sky community. I keep saying I got the easy job. I think everybody, raise your hand if you think this is important. So as far as the purpose, it was extremely important right off the bat that we get a diverse stakeholder group and a complete stakeholder group. And I will just echo, and Kristen alluded to this as well, I was just awed by the sheer brain power in these rooms and participating in these meetings. I got a college education in water science and hydrology and geology and all sorts of things. I'm quite confident that this was the right group of people in the room. An extremely diverse representation, environmentalists, landowners, citizens, community groups, and quite a bit of state and local and federal, for that matter, involvement as well. So the diversity of the group was extremely important right from the beginning. And then we outlined some ground rules as far as process. As Kristen also alluded to, and I would just echo, I've been a part of a bazillion strategic planning and all sorts of different facilitated processes, and what Karen and Jeff were able to accomplish with this group was absolutely second to none. This was a group of busy people. If you know, Jack Ekman was a resident of Big Sky for years and helped the chamber years back with some strategic planning, and his point that always stuck with me was, you don't want people on the group that have time on their hands, right? You want the busy people, and those people are really hard to get together, and they kept coming back, which was extremely telling to me as well, that these people found value and found validity and credibility in the process. So I hope that you will take that as a sign of what was accomplished here, and that the right people were at the table. The ground rules we agreed on, it was very important that we have, that we consider all options thoughtfully, regardless of where your particular sandbox was, that we acknowledge the professionalism and the expertise of everybody that was in the group, and that we gave everything a pretty as objective a consideration as we could for all the different options that were discussed, and a lot of different things were thrown in and out, kicked back and forth, and it was quite an impressive process to be a part of. And then as far as the importance, whether you are a business person, a community with environmental interests, community member, a recreationalist, a landowner working to maximize your investments in the property that you own, I just can't think of anybody whose interests are not represented in the water system, the water situation in Big Sky. What I appreciated about this effort was that it really brought together, I've been in a lot of rooms with a lot of different parts of this at different times, but this was the first time I've seen a group like this come together and really address those interests. So with that being said, we will move on. I believe Jeff is next.